It turns out that getting something off your chest and sharing what's on your mind can also take a weight off your shoulders and help you learn English in just 15 minutes. Find out how right now on English News Worth Talking About. Hey. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. It is Dennis Wilborn, the former sailor turned entrepreneur and English coach. Welcome back to English News Worth Talking About on All About English. This is the show where I break down some of my clients' favorite news articles to help you reach your English goals even faster. So join me Monday through Friday for a new video every single day. Wait, that would be Monday through Friday, not the weekend. So join me for a new video Monday through Friday. There you go. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video where I will share how to break the ice when meeting new people. That's a special request from another special guest. All right, the news today. The news today. Today is October 11th, 2022, and our article comes from ngu.com. Once again, they do have a great site for English learners that features daily news to help you improve faster. Today, we are changing things up again to discuss how talking about your feelings can be good for your mental health. Let's see what that's all about. Oh, I'm really excited for today's episode because we are talking about idioms today, and I absolutely love idioms. So let's take a look. Mind yourself, vocabulary for mental health. Here we go. Vocabulary for mental health. This is an intermediate level article. It's brand new from a couple of days ago. And let's jump right into the vocabulary. Mental, of or relating to the brain or thinking. Okay, the brain or thinking. Stress can cause, this is the sentence, stress can cause mental health problems like depression and anxiety. Okay, we can use the term mental health is quite common these days, but in certain places in the world, mental can also be used to describe someone who is maybe a little bit crazy. So yeah, actually, someone I dated once was referred to as mental, uh, just to describe how crazy she was. It was a long time ago. Thank God. Whew. Dodged a bullet there. All right. Deal with. Deal with. To do something in order to solve a problem or achieve something, etc., etc., etc. To deal with something. That's a phrasal verb, to deal with. Now, anytime you have a problem, you need to deal with it. Um, it it could be maybe you need to achieve a goal, so you need to deal with the situation as it arises. So, for example, our company aims to deal with all customer complaints within 3 to 5 working days. Me personally, I aim to deal with all comments within the same day that they are made. So leave a comment down below, and I will promise to try to deal with that within less than 24 hours. All right. Bundle. A bundle. A bundle is a group of things that are tied together. Now imagine like a bunch of sticks and you got them all tied together. Newspapers, all stacked up. Just like in the picture, a bundle of newspapers gets delivered every morning to the shop at the same time each morning. I haven't seen a bundle of newspapers in a long time. Have you? I mean, who uses newspapers these days? I mean, I know some people do, but I haven't seen one in a very long time. Nervous. Nervous. I know a lot of you might feel nervous when you are in a conversation with a foreigner or anytime you're in a conversation that is in English. And listen, to be nervous, worried, or afraid about something, it's natural. It's natural, even if you're speaking to someone who speaks your own language. It's okay to be nervous when you're meeting someone for the first time or when you're trying something new because you don't know. It's called a little bit of fear. Yes, worried or afraid about something. This girl, she bites her nails when she gets nervous. Do you know anyone who bites their nails? I used to bite my nails. I still do sometimes, but never when I'm nervous. What a silly thing. Um, I do it to keep them trimmed. It's just easier than hunting for the nail trimmer. I know, kind of disgusting, but I wash my hands. All right, the next word is upset, worried, unhappy, or angry. This is quite a frequently used word in English. I use it a lot, and it means all of those things: worried, unhappy, or angry. Um, yeah, just you're not you're not everything. Just imagine. Okay, so we have the term upset when something is not the way it is supposed to be, not set correctly. Um, there's an expression that goes, "Don't upset the apple cart." I don't know why it's an apple cart, but either way, it's a cart. And if you upset something, you knock it over. It's not the way it is supposed to be. Set up properly, not upset, set up. So when something is set up, it is just the way it's supposed to be. When it is not set up and it is upset, then we get worried or angry or unhappy. We are not the way we are supposed to be. We are upset. I'm upset right now. Grr. My boss got upset when I was late for the meeting. Yeah, your boss should have got upset. My goodness. Show up for work on time, man. Sheesh. No, I'm kidding. All right. Relief. Relief. How do you spell relief? When I was young, there was a commercial for an antacid called Rolaids. Rolaids. That's how the commercial went. How do you spell relief? Rolaids. Rolaids. I don't even know if they're still around, but um, I spell relief. Coffee. Coffee. I never get enough. All right, relief is a feeling of happiness following the removal of worry, stress, etc., etc. etc. A lot of people ask me, "What is this?" They say etc. or etk. Um, this is short for the word etc., etc., which means and the rest, basically, and the rest, and other things. So, etc. A cause of or occasion for the removal of worry, stress, etc. So you can have the feeling of relief, or you can actually receive relief. Like, for example, when you have a financial burden or a situation where you are in deep trouble financially, you might say, "Oh, I need some relief. I need some relief." And so somebody might send you some food or send you some money to get through this hard time, to help to tide you over through the hard time. That was from last week. So I felt a great sense of relief after finding out that I didn't have COVID-19. Yeah, I felt a great sense of relief when I reminded myself I'm not vaccinated. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, passing my final university exam was a huge relief. I know, I'm so relieved. Actually, yeah, there's something about passing an exam that you really studied for a long time. When I took my captain's license exam, my chief mate's exam, to get my final license, I was so relieved. I had such a feeling of relief when I finished that exam. It just was like a weight off of my shoulders. And we will get into that. This is kind of our first vocabulary session. This article talks about mental health vocabulary. It's really not really mental health vocabulary, it's vocabulary to help you describe your feelings. And almost everything I will be talking about here is an idiom. So this is kind of fun and exciting. All right, here we are. Mind yourself, mental health vocabulary for mental health. So listen, when you want to talk about how you feel, um, it's really helpful to have the words. One of my clients suggested that I talk about this article today because she said being able to talk about her feelings really helped to relieve her stress. So helped her to feel relief. So that's why I'm talking about this today. Because according to the UK based Mental Health Foundation, talking about how you feel is an important part of looking after your mental health. Looking after means to take care of, to look after. Okay. So to take care of your mental health, it helps to talk about your feelings. So how do we talk about our feelings without having the phrases to do it? Let's get into it. I'm just going to break down the vocabulary that we're talked about here. And so jumping right in, here are some useful phrases for explaining how you feel when things feel like they are getting to be too much. Too much. That means too difficult. If it's too much for you, it's too hard. It's too difficult. Oh, man, this video is too much. No, I'm kidding. Unfortunately, stress, yeah, listen, stress and sadness, they happen. That's part of life. And when they do happen, you can feel like you are at the end of your rope. Imagine yourself hanging from a rope and there's no more rope to hold on to. You're at the end and you're just getting harder and harder. When life gets you down, when you feel like you're not doing really well, you feel like you're at the end of your rope. Not a good place to be. I know a lot of people, especially these days, talk to me about their stresses and their sadness. Not so much sadness, but a lot of stress. I know there's a lot of stress out there. So listen, it's tough. But let's talk about this some more. Maybe we can help you sort it out. But before you can sort it out, we have to know what it means to be out of sorts. Whoa. Um, Out of sorts or not quite yourself. Basically, what that means is you're not your normal self. Your mood is not the same as it always is. Okay. Out of sorts is common in the UK, I think. Not too many people that I know in the States who say, I'm really feeling out of sorts today. But I know for a fact, not quite yourself. I'm really feeling not quite myself today. Maybe you call in sick. Boss, I can't come to work today. I'm not feeling myself. No. Um, but it's basically a way of saying I'm not happy. I'm unhappy. I don't feel in my usual happy self. All right. Now, if you are feeling very sad, you might say that you're down in the mouth. Down in the mouth means that your mouth, it comes from the way your the corners of your mouth come down when you're sad. Okay. That's down in the mouth. Down. Okay. And if your life is very busy, which I know there are a lot of people, especially here in Asia, a lot of people are under stress and very, very busy. You might feel a bit frazzled. Okay. If you're feeling frazzled, that means you're stressed and worried and tired all at the same time. I can think of at least 3 people that I've talked to just tonight who all have explained and described the feelings of being frazzled. Thank God it was a 3-day weekend. Yay. All right. Uh, so all of this stress talk is making me feel like a bundle of nerves. A bundle of nerves. Remember that word bundle? It's like when you tie things up together. A bundle of newspapers. A bundle of nerves is when your nerves are so tight and you're stressed out. It means you're very worried about something. I know for a fact there must be a lot of people out there feeling like a bundle of nerves these days. Just because you never know what's going to happen in the world. You just don't know. And that may cause you to start feeling a little high strung, which is when you're very nervous. Okay. Being high strung, there's that word, nervous, being a little bit afraid. High strung means nervous, but also easily upset. There's those 2 vocabulary words, nervous and upset at the same time or easily upset. This comes, imagine, imagine a guitar string or a piano string or a harp string that is tuned to be a high note. Ding, 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 ding. Those strings are tuned very tight. They call them high because the note is high strung, and they're also the easiest to break. So don't be high strung if you can help it. Okay. Don't be too nervous and easily upset. And finally, a little bit of a solution. Look, using this vocabulary to help you talk to your friends, your family, talk to a doctor. Listen, should be no stigma about talking to a doctor if you have problems. So please, don't worry about it. Talk to somebody. Share what is on your mind. On your mind means what you're worried about. Really, what you're thinking about. On your mind means what are you thinking about? But in the context here, we're talking about what you're worried about. Okay. When you share what's on your mind, one way of saying that is to share your feelings, is to get it off your chest. That's a little bonus. It's not in this article. To get something off your chest means to share what's on your mind, whatever's burdening you. And that really lifts a weight off your shoulders. Okay. When you have a weight on your shoulders, just imagine, oh, yes, life is so hard. When you share what's on your mind, um, what it does, it makes you feel relieved. It gives you a feeling of relief. So it lifts a weight off your shoulders. Okay. Moving right along to the rest of the news. We have a little bit of a new session, a session question. Session question. All right. One of my regular clients has asked me the session question was, she's getting ready for a trip to Boston to meet teachers and parents from her son's boarding school. And her question was, what's the best way to start a conversation with someone for the first time? And I thought this goes really well with yesterday's topic, the triple A rule, right? The triple A rule. What was it? Answer the question, add more information, ask a similar question. So let's roll right along with how to break the ice. How to break the ice. There are many, many, many situations where you want to strike up a conversation with someone, but you're just not sure how. Maybe you're a little nervous. Huh? You're worried. Maybe you have rejection anxiety, which is typical. But keep in mind, listen, life requires you to push through, push yourself, risk rejection. Who cares? Because how damaging is it really going to be to you if you do get rejected by someone you don't even know? So look, and it doesn't really matter in the end, because at the end of the day, you enhance your chances. Your chances are better if you break the ice by speaking first. And you also give yourself an opportunity to have a positive experience. So the point here is get out and break the ice. Meet someone new. That's a nice idiom, break the ice. Because, the ice is meant to be describing the cold wall that stands between us all. You have to break it. So how do we break the ice? Well, one way that we break the ice is by what we call ritual question. Now, ritual question is nothing complicated. It's an inquiry. It's a question that will give you some background details about another person. That's all. I mean, it's not like, ooh, what rituals do you go to? No, rituals meaning it's the kind of questions that you need to make a ritual so that you can meet people, make it a regular thing. So to get to know them, what you want to do is you find out more about the person. So you need to find out their background. Okay. This will help you to carry on a conversation. So you're actually going to ask two types of questions, an open-ended question and a closed-ended question. Okay. Closed-ended is similar to a yes or no question, meaning it's a question that has only one answer. Okay. So like, what's your background? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? How many brothers and sisters? Yeah, those kind of questions. Those are very easy closed-ended questions. Okay. From there, you'll when you find a good question that you've asked, then you start asking more information. So you can either ask a closed-ended question or a yes or no. I know yesterday I said don't ask yes or no questions, but the idea is here you are fishing, you're fishing, trying to find more information and get interesting subjects that, you know, if you get a bite, like a fish, if they get a bite, then you can hook them in. Then you can start asking those open-ended questions to get more information and really get them talking. It's those open-ended questions that will help you, but you might need to ask the closed-ended questions first. All right, that's pretty good. All right, another way that you can do it is a brief or amusing statement, a brief uplifting. I forgot to mention uplifting. Make somebody feel good. Okay. So make a positive statement about something that you see, an amusing or funny story or funny um, joke about something that you're both seeing. I don't know. Just try to be clever. The thing to keep in mind here when you're trying to be clever, you don't want to be negative or criticizing. You don't want to talk negative about the situation that you're in or the place where you are. The goal here is to listen and watch the individuals, the people that you are talking to, and um, make them laugh, because laughter is the best medicine. All right. After that, another option is to give a compliment. I really like all of these methods are also great tools for sales. Perhaps I'll do a session on sales once or twice, um, but yeah, these are great techniques for starting a conversation with a new potential client. So another excellent method to start a conversation with a stranger is compliment them and then follow that up with a closed-ended or open-ended question. Closed-ended works too. Um, so everybody likes to be complimented. Everybody does. So you offer an opportunity to respond, and then you ask a question that kind of, because some people don't like taking compliments. So for example, maybe you see uh, somebody's dog and you say, wow, what a great looking dog, what breed is it? Or you see somebody's shoes and wow, those are really nice shoes, where did you get those? Or where do they sell those, or something like that. um, but a couple of things to keep in mind here: you should always try to keep your compliment very brief and short, and be sincere, and then always ask a question after the compliment. Remember what I said yesterday: question everything. Okay. And don't, do not be too personal. Okay. You don't want to talk about somebody's hair or their, you know, other, things about their figure or anything like that. Don't go overboard, and don't repeatedly give the same compliment. Just don't keep giving the same thing. That's just too much, man. It's too much. All right. And finally, there's always the tried and true good old approach of just saying hello. Go over, introduce yourself, and then ask a question or make a comment, just like we talked about before. What this does is it shows the person that you have confidence and you're self assured and that you're interested in them. So, also, the sooner you introduce yourself, the better and the more at ease others will be around you. So, keep in mind, remember to keep your remarks constructive. Always be positive. Always be looking for positive things to talk about and to share. You're going to attract people to you with your positive attitude. And keep your questions short and to the point, unlike this video. Okay. All right. So let me summarize what it's all about today. What did we learn today? Today, we learned that talking about how you feel is a key factor in handling your mental well-being. So knowing the right words go a long way to alleviating your stress. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think you'll use some of these words that we talked about today? Next, getting things off your chest can really help you get a weight off your shoulders. Yeah, It's true. Sharing your feelings helps you get the relief that you need when you're feeling down. And finally, look, allowing fear to keep you from breaking the ice with new people will only hold you back. Okay. We talked about anxiety. We talked about talking about your problems. Don't let fear and anxiety hold you back from meeting new people, growing your friendships, and your circle of influence. Look, that is going to give you just more people to talk to and help you relieve your stress. And that is all of the time that we have for today. Oh, I forgot to mention the bonus tip for breaking the ice. Buy someone a coffee. Yeah. If you'd like to buy me a coffee and break the ice, click the link in the description or on the main page for buying me a cup of coffee. That's all we got for today. Thanks very much for joining us, and I will see you next time. Your homework for today: be sure to share this program with just one of your friends. Smash the like button and leave a comment about what you've learned down below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you'd like to join the conversation yourself in a one-on-one or even a group class, check out my page on Amazing Talker. You might find me doing a video about an article you chose as well. And always remember, learning is meant to be an adventure. That's what it's all about.